Welcome back, traders. We're going to talk about three different things today. We're going to look at Coinbase and what I said about it in a previous video. We're going to look at Solana, and we're also going to, which is a cryptocurrency, and we're also going to look at the Bitcoin ETFs, at least two of them, not all of them, but two of them in this video here. We're going to analyze those and talk about them a bit. So on January 15th, I made a video titled Coinbase Could Drop 30%. That was January 15th. Let's see what is going on with it now. This is the one. All right, let's go. Let's see where it went from there. So since then, it has dropped 6.82%. So we're a third of the way to my prediction of saying that Coinbase could drop 30% from where it was 5 days ago. So we're almost there. We got a little bit. So this candle is actually looking kind of bullish right there. We got sellers try to push it down to 118 and buyers pulled it all the way up to 124, almost 125. You can see that the 5-day moving average on this is on the center of this downward channel. So we're probably going to intersect with that. Tomorrow, that would be, not tomorrow, but Monday, that would be at 126. So we could hit 126 and then see it come down from there. The fact that I've got a red triangle followed by a few days later a little red flag down here is telling me that that this is not looking good. This is very much a bear flag right here that we're looking at. This could end up being a reversal, but I don't think it's going to be. If we come out and we zoom out a bit and get more of this volume profile in here. Yeah, let's let it load up. Okay, let's go a little bit here. All right, so yeah, we've got very low volume on the volume profile all the way down to this line here, about 106. If we tighten it up a little bit more even and just show from the previous peak, let's see if I can do it. Give it a moment. Yeah, same thing. So if we just factor in the previous peak, trough, and our current peak here, volume takes it down to 107, 105-ish with very little volume to protect it, very little support to protect it on its way down to that. So I do think that this is going to continue. I think at some point, I think this 20-day moving average will either intersect or get very close to intersecting with this 50-day moving average here, and that might be where we see a reversal and a change in character here on this. In fact, if we bring up let's find it, Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. Let's see. So we had a change of character here. If it goes further down, we're going to get a break of structure. And if we get a break of structure, yeah, we're going right down here real fast. So then, yeah, I mean, the Smart Money Concept at $76. So it could go that far. I don't know if it will necessarily. And a big part of what's going on here is this. Coinbase is still stuck in a battle with the SEC. They are dealing with that lawsuit that's been going on for months now. They've been making progress on it, much like Ripple had made progress on it in the past, but it's slow going and it's suppressing the stock. So I do suspect further downside. Let's look at it on a slightly lower time frame here. Yeah, on the 2-hour chart, look at that. Smart Money Concepts takes us right below my level here at 105, right where the next support should be there. Not much above either, but that's it. I mean, Smart Money Concepts, that's a free indicator you can use to look at. It shows you different levels to watch out for. It shows break of structure, character, things like that. You can also go in here and include fair value gaps. If we go to inputs, let me scroll down. I wasn't planning to talk about this, but yeah, fair value gaps right there. Boom, click OK. And then you see these little things right here, this red gap and that red gap, those are fair value gaps. And then over here below, you see green ones, those are fair value gaps below. And the next fair value gap below is right at the low of Friday, which was 118.81-ish. And then there's a fair value gap that goes all the way down to 109. And then, yeah, from there, there's just more. And these are just areas of order blocks. Anyways, That's Coinbase. I still think it's going to come down. You see we hit the 20 on the 2-hour and failed. We're probably going to test the 20 again. We're probably just going to bounce off of this all on the way down this channel here. You can see we've done it a couple times already. As soon as we broke under it, we came back, bounced off it, went above it a little bit, came below it, bounced off it, came down, tried for it, didn't make it, bounced off it, coming down, we might bounce off it again, and boom. But you see on the 2-hour, the 20 EMA also matches up with the 5-day EMA, which is at again, the center of this downward channel, which is what makes me think that we're going to come up to the center of it, maybe a little bit higher, and then continue our way down on Coinbase. So that's Coinbase. Let's look at Solana. So I own Solana. I was buying Solana back here, back after the FTX crash, which I think it was over here, May 2022. Yeah, somewhere back here. Not May 2022. I think it was November. When did the FTX crash? November 11th, 2022. November 11th, 2022. That's when the FTX crash happened. I was buying after that. In fact, I had bought like maybe 10 back here at 35, and then when the FTX crash happened, I started buying down. I bought several at 8, actually, and then I bought more around 20. At one point, I had like 75. I sold them when it went up to 30, 40. I kind of wish I hadn't done that, but I'm still holding about 35, 36 of them, and I've been holding it this whole way up. Now with Solana, I don't know if anyone watching this is going to invest in Solana or any other cryptocurrencies, and this is not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I just hold Solana, so I thought I'd talk about it today. And it's the weekend, the market's not open, but Solana is trading because it's crypto. So I'm talking about it. Anyways, we're in a clear downward channel. We have been since December 25th, since Christmas. Look at that. We've been in a downward channel. Let's go about right there and about, let's call it about right there. Okay, let me lock that on the chart. We're at the top of that channel now, nearly. Bottom of it coming up soon is about in the 70s, right here. Look how that lines up. It lines up the bottom of the channel, lines up nice with this bull flag from before, also with a little spike of volume over here. We come further. Yeah, we're going to come to the bottom of this channel probably, and you can also see that on the daily. This is the daily. We are in a pocket of empty air here, empty volume. There's a concave little cutout here in the volume profile, meaning, and we're on the edge of it. So when we get below this, we go a little bit lower, and there's not much to catch us until we get to about 74, 75, which takes us to this bull flag that we got on the way up, right here. Now that might catch us, it might not. If it does, awesome. If it does not, I'd be looking at about right here. This is the next level right here. Oh, hey, look at that. And again, we have this concave little cutout in the volume profile, and it falls down right to this level where we would find support. Now, of course, the strongest level of support is going to be all the way down here around 36. I don't know if we're going to get there again. I don't know if we're going to get there again. If we look at the RSI here, we are in the lower half of it, 35, okay? We're almost getting towards oversold territory. I mean, I have mine set at 20. A lot of people have their standard set at 30 being oversold, but I've noticed in the last couple of years that a 30 oversold or a 30 or a 70 overbought doesn't quite get me where I need to be. A lot of times it goes higher. As you can see in crypto, it goes a lot higher, almost off the chart there. But anyways, I think Solana is looking like, for me, I might start buying a little bit more when it gets down to, in the 70s, the high 70s, mid 70s, actually, not high, mid 70s. I'd be looking at it. I might, buy 1 or 2 and then wait, see what happens, see if it's going to stay in here and go up or come down. And then if it came down to the, high 50s, low 60s, I'd be buying a little bit more. I might even it out to around 50 tokens here or coins for Solana. And the reason I'm pretty excited about Solana is, I mean, we hit 125 and we haven't even gotten to the halving yet. Last time after the halving, Solana went from, well, a low of what, 21, and it has longer than this. Like, I mean, if you go on to like Coinbase or something, you can see the chart all the way back to the very beginning where it was like $1. Um, but anyways, last halving, when after the halving, which would have been around here, somewhere a month or so before this, actually, we went from the $30 range all the way up to $260. Now, we're not even to the halving yet. The halving's in just a couple of months, and we went to $126. We're currently hanging out around $100. So we 10x'd last time after the halving. We went down. We went from 30s. Well, we close to 10x'd, I guess. It's more like a 6 or 7, I guess, from the mid 30s to the mid 200s. Um, I think we might dwarf this mountain here next time. I'm thinking Solana could probably double this. Honestly, Solana could probably double this in the bull run. Make that orange, lock it down. Could potentially hit 5 or even 600 up here in the next bull run, in my opinion. Of course, that's not fact. That is purely speculation at this time, but I'm holding my 36 because I do think it could be up there. And I would like to round that out to about 50 because I do think it could get up there. In the US, we don't have lots of platforms that we can purchase crypto on, Coinbase being the biggest one. We've also got crypto.com. That's another one I like using. Where I live, you can't use KuCoin anymore. That used to be a big one, but I mean, not necessarily a big one, but can't use it anymore. So there's that. I also see in this downward channel, it is starting to taper. It is starting to taper. We might get a cup and handle out of this. My new favorite charting pattern, cup and handle. Maybe. Now that again that's way too early to call that, but it is starting to taper. If I came in here, like in the last few days, we've been seeing almost an upward trend taking place here. Now, if we get some good news, some big catalysts, some volume into Solana, we could see it go up from here potentially, but it has to break out of this channel first. If it just coming to the top of this channel, not convincing me at all. It's got to break this channel, not just wick above or below like it did right here and then come back into it or come back into it in a day or two. It's got to stay out of this channel for 2 or 3 days. And the thing that's scary about that with crypto is when you get something that breaks from a channel, like let's say we had this, I mean, this was an upward channel, but it broke out of it anyways. When you get a thing that breaks out of a channel right here, if you're waiting for this break and you wait for a proper break, you're not getting in till up here, and that's nearly the top of the channel. Now, that's not me telling people to, or suggesting in any way to try to front run moves on crypto, because that's a great way to lose all your money. But the thing with it is that when it does move, it moves very, very, very fast. So keep an eye on it. Pay attention. If you're not into crypto, don't worry about it. Crypto miners are a fantastic outlet for getting crypto exposure without the hassle of crypto. I have some crypto. I've been holding on to it for a while. I do think Bitcoin miners are a better trade than crypto itself. That might be a controversial view, and of course, it is not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. It's just my own opinion. I've been holding on to a lot of crypto for a really long time, and I'm just kind of waiting for my opportunity to sell. I used to um, I messed up in the last cycle and I didn't understand the cycles and I did not sell at the top and I was like, it's going to go higher in the future. And now I'm, 3 years in the future and it's way lower than I had it before. But that's not the end of the world. I know better now. I'm going to do better this cycle. I'm going to make this work and I'm going to make money off of it. Anyways, let's look at the Bitcoin ETFs. They've done nothing but drop since they opened up on January 11th. They've done nothing but drop. Let's actually look at this IBIT. Let me go in here, this one. IBIT. I know it's an ETF, but does Google not even have a chart for me to draw on? Let's see here. Chart. Okay. That's way too many of these. I'll have to re-add these later. Hold on, bear with me. All right, so we're down. Can I do like a, no, okay. We're gonna compare. ARC B. Let's see, save it. All right, so we are down on both of these. So it looks like ARC B is down 15%, nearly 14.9, and IBIT is down 13.6% since opening on January 11th. That's not great. What's Bitcoin been doing since then? Let's see. BTC. See if we get our chart. All right. 1 month, 11th, we're down 10%. So those are actually down significantly more. IBIT's down 30% more than Bitcoin is, and ARCB is down nearly 50% more than Bitcoin is. That's not a very good tracking of Bitcoin at all, is it? I'm not a big fan of that, not at all. I can't say that I don't like that. I really don't like that actually. Now, of course, they closed yesterday, and actually we're down since yesterday. Never mind, I have nothing good to say about this. That's very interesting. Do with that what you will. Um, they're just falling. Don't care for it. I do think that at some point they will pick up when they get more popular with things like pensions and 401ks and stuff. That'll probably bring in a lot of value into these, but I don't think they're there yet. I think we might see that later at the end of the year. I think we might see that when Bitcoin, hold on, we'll see that when Bitcoin cracks 100K. That's when the fever will come in, the euphoria will come in. Let me turn these off. When Bitcoin is hanging out above previous all-time highs, we're going to start seeing euphoria. We're going to start seeing those ETFs really pick up steam when it hits 100K. That's my old prediction up there. We'll see if it gets there. If when it gets to 100K up here, that's when they're all going to be just foaming at the mouth, trying to get some Bitcoin ETFs in their 401ks and their pensions and just in their funds. So watch out for that level. That's going to be a big, huge psychological level where I think that these ETFs are going to take off. Coinbase is going to take off. Bitcoin miners are going to absolutely take off. So that's what we're looking at here. Bitcoin ETF's not doing so hot. Coinbase is on a crash course with $105. Still, I'll let you know if that changes, but still, Solana, a crypto, is cooling off from its peak, from its impressive peak of 126. It's cooling off, probably going to settle in the 70s. Somewhere, honestly, it'll probably settle somewhere in here between 70 and 60. I bet you it will. Look at that wonderful drawing I've done. It'll probably settle somewhere in there. And that's it. That's the Saturday episode. Let me know if you like this type of content, if you want to hear more about other types of stocks and cryptos in future videos and my thoughts on them. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a profitable day.